Hey everybody, this is Pramita here, and I think this is my first YouTube live. I don't know if anybody is watching, but I'm just trying to catch a few. I have not been active on YouTube for a while now because I was not well, as you can see, as you can hear from my voice. It's still very choked up, and I had been down with a very bad infection, lung infection, throat infection, and a viral fever. So I'm doing this with one hand just as a trial. I don't know if it's going to work out or not because I am just trying to adjust a few things, maybe. I'm just trying to adjust the color. This is a new phone I have, and my phone broke down already, so I do my filming mostly over the phone. And if you're watching this, then please send some messages so that I get to know you are watching. Um, anyways, I'll just do a flip of my August and let me move this a little bit. I think this will be a very better view. This is a paper pack from Stamperia, and I had used this to make a journal. As you can see, it's pretty chunky, and uh, this is very much not my style. Basically, I don't use pattern papers extensively as much, but some pages, of course. But mostly, I use either tea stained or coffee stained papers, and then I do my junk journaling. I have been getting a lot of questions over a few months, you can say, like people are buying junk journals but they don't actually know how to use them. So my flip is going to be in such a way so that you get to know what kind of use you can make do with this. I also do my planning in a junk journal insert. So if you're interested, I can go live again, maybe tomorrow, and see if anybody is interested in watching how I plan in my junk journals. So my life is pretty not so busy, but I work from home, so I need to keep a few things in mind. They are not always time sensitive, so I can make a generic to do list and then I can just tick off the stuff that I have been able to over the day. So that's how I plan. And this was my August and September insert. And this is a paper pack from Stamperia. And Stamperia, if you have ever used Stamperia papers, you'll know they are very thick cardstock, mostly used in making albums and those photo albums and flip books and stuff like that. And they are double sided. They come with only 10 pages, unfortunately, but the papers are um, two papers at least come with cut aparts, and the rest, eight of the pages, 12 by 12 sheets, they can be used as journal pages. So that's what I've done over here. So what I've basically done is this is the cover of the paper pack, and if you notice carefully, there is the branding strip over here, the name of the brand, and I have covered that up with a doily and a bit of a lace, and I have attached some flowers also, so that you don't get to see it and I get to use the cover of the paper bag. So I think this is too bright basically, so I can try and do it like this. I think no, the first one was better. This is a new phone and new setup, so I'm just trying to, you know, go through the things if I can handle or not. So anyway, so here is a pocket. I have made a tiny fabric cluster over here, If you can see, this is a bit of a lace and fabric. These are all bits and pieces from lace things, lacy bits. This is a lace tab I have, and I've put in a little bit of a bling, you can say, but I'm not a bling person as such. But I like these baubles, the beads. They are mostly from, I buy my beads mostly from Slovakia, so they are originally glass beads, pretty expensive, but I think they are very good looking. And I buy it from a shop on Etsy. So so this is the front page. This was a collection known as Clockwise. Now I have done a flip through of the first half of my August pages, so I am not going to go through them very much in details. I think this is perfect. So what I can do is I'm just going to give you a brief idea how I have done my planning, journaling. This is my daily journal, and unfortunately for October, I am not doing journaling in a regular fashion. I was not keeping well, so I thought of just take everything a little bit slowly. So I have layered a lot of stuff, as you can see. The pages didn't come like this, of course, and I have this habit of using phrases over the pages when whatever was significant throughout the day. This is a tag tip in that I've added. These tags, they came as cut aparts from the paper pack itself, and I've tried to hand letter the days. And this is a napkin that I've decoupaged. I have gone through these pages before, so if you want to see a detailed version of this, then you can see one over my channel. These are some tip-in pages that I have added. Basically, I have used every tiny scrap that I could from the paper pack, because I knew I'm going to be busy for August and September. So I didn't leave anything to chance, because I hate blank pages. And these are all, like, the background was a brownish kind of thing. I've added a scrap of paper and journaled over that. This is a die cut from Tsunami Rose. She was having some sort of sale, I think, and Daisy was kind enough to do a little bit of shipping for me, because she had to adjust her kind of shipping charges a little bit. So this was Saturday, and this is a vellum piece that I have made into a pocket. This is from Tim Holtz ephemera pack, and this is a tip-in sort of thing I did. I have journaled over here. Now I have been asked a few times before that why don't I show everything of my journaling, because I know some people like to read these. There's nothing to hide over here basically, but sometimes there are, so I try to keep them hidden in these manners. So if you can read them, that's fine. uh, my life is kind of an open book. So, like, I've been married for 25 years, more than 25 years. I have a son who is 24. He has just completed his university and is trying to pursue higher studies. That means PhD. He has done his degree in English literature. So that's that. And I am a teacher. I teach English. So I have done a flip more or less still here. So I will just go through these pages very quickly. This is a flip out journaling pocket sort of thing where I have journaled over here. I just don't want to show it. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate you watching this. I have been loving the journals that you're posting, but sweets, I've been so sick. I can't even talk properly. And so that was one of the reasons why I had been absent from all kinds of social media, because it takes a toll on you. You have to agree that. And I can't keep up with that at this age. uh, so that's why I have not been posting or filming or anything of that sort. And to on top of that, my phone broke down, and I mainly do my filming um, over the phone. So I had to buy a new phone. And we are not getting younger, that's what I realized. And I can't do that kind of running around at this age. So I hope you understand. So this was Thursday. And what simplified my job for this, because I am going to try this again in hopefully in November, because October I'm just giving it a go. I'm giving it a go. I'm just taking a break from journaling. You can say I'm just doing some kind of random stuff in the name of journaling, which I of course will share. I'm trying to put so many things in one place, and this was a tip-in page. Now I have added a lot of tip-in pages after sewing in the insert. So that was because one of the reason being, what I found was, if you make a notebook too chunky, it might give away from the. So what I did was, to ease the pressure on the spine, I added tip-in pages, sometimes in full size and sometimes a little bit shorter, with the help of washi tapes, so that you get extra journaling space without causing any bulk or any strain over the spine itself. So this was the last day of you know August, and I'm sorry. So this was last day of August, and I started September with a tip and page. See how I've added a little bit of. Now in general, when I have a scrap like this, I usually make them into tags or something like that. But then I realized that sometimes my journals become so chunky that they tend to split open from the spine. So to reduce the pressure on the spine, what can I do? um, yeah, I hope to make a flip through video, Marissa. I love your journals, by the way. They are so inspiring. And I aspire to paint and draw like you do, but I'm nowhere near it. So I'm not ashamed to admit my shortfalls. And you have been on my radar for a long time, long time. I think perhaps as long as I've been on social media. So so that's one of the things. And I added a tip in over here, like page. I'll show you how I added tip in pages also at the spine. So I'm just going to show you one of those pages, because I have been asked how to do this. And this is no rocket science. Basically, you when you start making your own journals, you come up with tricks like this. So this is another flap sort of thing I did. And not always do all my flaps serve purpose. Sometimes they are just there for decoration, because it was very difficult for me initially to accept the fact that they don't serve any purpose. So this is like a tiny card that I made. And I often add um, envelopes. This is an envelope, as you can see. I don't know if you can see it properly. This is an envelope. It's a coin envelope, and I can put something over here. I have a journaling card over here. I have journaled over here, and I have added a little bit of lace stapled over here. So anything and everything that goes into this. But October, because my health is absolutely in the ruins. So what I've done is, you can see over here, I've added another tip-in page. This ordinarily would have been two journaling cards if you snip from here. And if you keep it like this, then you can make it into a tag and then put it somewhere. You can make it into a tip in. So what I've done is, instead of making it this into a journaling card or a tag, I chose to keep it as it is, and then I've attached that with washi from this side. And I have used this technique. um, I have used, thank you so much, Joey. I really have a lot to catch up on, because I, I simply can't concentrate too much on anything for a while now. So these are all die cuts from Rosie's shop, Tsunami Rose. She has an awesome digital, she sells all digital kits, but she was having a clearance sale. Like, these are not perfect. There are some flaws in them, according to Daisy, but it's okay for me. I don't care, because nobody is perfect. So I'm not perfect too. So how can I expect this to be perfect? So that's okay by me, because I got it at a good deal. And so here I have a little bit of vintage ephemera. This was the day 8, and this 26 cents has no meaning at all. It's just there as a random bit. And see how I've journaled along the sides. It practically, blends with the paper that I have layered with. I'm just going to show you very quickly. See, this is a paper that I have layered the whole stuff on, and then I've journaled all along this way. So it makes it look like with the the background. So over here I have a tiny booklet sort of thing. These are all from the cutout portions after making the journal, and I have just stuck a die cut, a little bit of flower, and over here it says today's adventure. I have added a tab, and I have kept it pretty flexible because I had added a paper clip to this and kept it. So I I don't want to put this over here, because it might not hold up pretty well, because it's already pretty chunky. um, yeah, that is the beauty of a junk journal, isn't it? Like, you can do and use, you have the freedom to do whatever you like, as long as it makes sense. And even if it doesn't make sense, that's the beauty, the imperfection. The beauty lies in the imperfection. That's it. So this was Sunday. Once again, I've layered a lot of random bits and bobs over here, and I've journaled along this side, and then I have journaled in this booklet also. So this is another page where I have made a tuck spot. Okay, so this is a die cut from some, I don't remember the collection, unfortunately, but I thought that it would make sense with the colors going on. And I have this journaling over here. I have done the journaling over here, and these are some painty papers that Geraldine from Geraldine Jane. She is a lovely person. We had a swap, and Geraldine had sent me some painty papers she had made, uh, and I have used those to layer things up. And this is also a tissue paper that she had sent me, and I have been using them extensively to layer, because towards the end of the journal, what happens is the journal gets pretty thick, and then I don't want any more bulk, because I do write in them, so it becomes difficult. And this is actually a tag. you know this is actually a tag that I have made, and then I've added over here with the help of washi, and a little bit of lace over here as a just tactile element. You don't need to do that, but I like tactile elements. And this is just a floral piece that I had from a paper pack. This is a napkin that I have decoupaged. I also have a peculiar way of decoupaging. I don't use a decoupage glue to put the napkins in, and because I invariably tear them up. I'm very clumsy in that manner. And what I do is I use a water brush to trace the uh, image that I would like on the page, and then I use a glue stick, and then I stick that up. And as you can see, it holds up pretty well. Um, yeah, they are very satisfying, undoubtedly. And I've been making so many out of book pages also. I do intend to share them, but time is a very big factor for me. Anyways, I hope to do it very soon. I have journaled over here and over here, and this is just a portion of a napkin. And I think napkins are an excellent way to add, instant pop to your pages because they don't add bulk, but they add a kind of dimension. No, I'm not in the US. I live in India. And the thing is that getting crafty stuff in India is very, very difficult. So I have to be very frugal. And I tend to use whatever I have in hand. Like everybody in my home, my son, my husband. Even if they get hold of any kind of scrap, they ask me whether I would like to use it before they throw it away, because it's very, very, very difficult to get hold of crafty, and they are so expensive. And I really envy those people who live in the US. They have their Michaels. Um, they have their Michaels, their Joannes, their Tuesday mornings. Oh God, I would die, if I ever go there. So, so that's one of the things. And these are mostly scraps that I had, some old papers that I had from, um, yeah. So listen, we are talking about three continents basically, like three corners of the earth. One is in Russia, one is in England, and one is in India. So isn't social media great? Like connecting people like this. I was very wary of joining social media in the beginning because I was. But I think I'm glad that I have joined the social media. I get to connect to so many people. So this is how I have collaged a lot of pages. You see, this is an old book page, painting. It was about painting, brushes and stuff like that. And this is a tuck spot I made, and I'll show you how I journal over here. This is an envelope actually, you know and you'll be surprised how I have made this into a journaling card. So this is a journaling card I made. So I have just folded this up. Now I could have used it as a envelope, but I chose not to because I have just added a die cut over here, keyword, and of course there's a little bit of layering out here and a tag over here. Yeah, I know, but the printing costs also, the inks are very expensive. If you have a vibrant um, kind of paper that you have to print, a lot of ink is used up. So it's not always very economically feasible, I think. I am a very, yeah, I do tend to think about that also because I'm providing the ink, I'm providing the machine, that is the printer, and the only the digis are the files that I have to buy, but still they come down to pretty expensive because the more vibrant the print is, the more ink you use up eventually. And ink is not as cheap in India as it is in the US. So I always have to think about that. So, anyways, so this is another page, very whimsical page I've done. This is a image from Daphne's diary. I had a few older editions, and I just used a stamp to put this on. This was a napkin that I received in some Happy Mail, and a page of just a piece fern, cut out portion. My journals are very collagey sort of thing. Very, they can't be said that. I can't say that they are very writing kind of thing because I have a very boring life. I don't have excitement every day. Sometimes there are some exciting things happening, but that's not every day. So this is another page that I have done. Um, yeah, the Happy Meal stuff here, and I have been using a lot of Happy Meal stuff in my journals for a while now, because my friends know that I live in India and it's very hard to get by crafty stuff, so they kindly send me some. And I am a person who can use any scrap. You give me any scrap, I'll put it to use. So I'll think of a way to use it. So so that's that. And this was a journaling card from the kit, from the paper itself. So I've just layered a bunch of stuff at the back, and I have made into a tuck spot. This is also a printable from Tsunami Rose. And here is another thing that I have made. I think, yeah, this is the correct position. So this is a tuck spot. I thought I might put in something over here, but I didn't. I didn't need to. And this is also from Tsunami Rose Designs. She was selling these die cuts at a very discounted rate. And this is a pocket that I made. Um, okay, so this is a pocket that I have made. And this is a tag pocket basically. So I've journaled over here, and I have also put in a little bit of a booklet uh, where I have journaled. You can see. So, and this goes inside here. Sorry. And then the whole thing basically goes inside here. Okay. And then I've journaled at the back. So that day lot of the things have been happening. I wanted to put everything there. So I had to add extra journaling spaces. And yeah, like this is another page where I've added napkins, and this is a die cut. This is from Daisy's shop, and these are all scraps and die cuts that I had in my stash. These papers were sent to me by Geraldine, and these are some tags that I have. I've journaled at the back. These uh, bye Joey. So I have journaled like in bits and pieces, and I have kept them in this pocket. This is a corner tuck sort of thing. This is from Planner Society, I think way back when I was subscribed to that kit. And here is another. Actually, this was a paper, the notepad, and then I've stripped it out like this and made it like this. Um, this is another page where I have tuck spot. This is a double tag sort of thing. I hope this works out. So this is a double tag. I have journaled at the back, and then I've collaged a lot of stuff. These flowers are mostly from Kane Company paper pack. I love their paper packs because they have a lot of flowers in them which I can fussy cut out. And these are all journaling that I have done over here. These are tuck spots. And towards the end of the journal, I have mostly used journaling cards because um, I could not write into this journal anymore. It got so thick and chunky. So this was the last day of September, and I have just yeah, we do have stores, but they are online stores. They are not physical stores. And you I think that when I'm a very tactile person. I need to touch and feel things. So if I don't see and feel the item, sometimes I'm not happy with the way the things come delivered. So now I'm very cautious before buying stuff. I would rather check it out 10 times over the internet, YouTube, someone doing some stuff over that, and then only I decide to buy that, unless and until I'm very sure. So this is another pocket at the back, and the surprise element is there is a double pocket at the back. Here is a pocket. If I don't know if you can see it, this is a lace pocket. Okay, and here is another pocket. I love to put pockets at the back because that's a surprise element. And here's another pocket at the back. So I have this double pocket, and I think that's that. I'll try and post this on my channel. I don't know if I'll be able to do this because this is my first time doing something like this. So I hope I can post it so that some of you may see it later on. And I'll also do a flip of my planner in the junk journal style. I don't do planning in any other way nowadays because that's what I think is working out for me because I don't have a ton to plan. So, bye everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Marissa. And thank you, Joey, for watching and being there. Bye, girls. Have a great day.